my name is Christopher Clarke. I like to describe myself as a Guyanese computer scientist, educator, instructor, entrepreneur. I've been working in the field of computer science, particularly in the subfield of artificial intelligence for, I think, at this point now, over a decade. Um, a graduate of the University of Guyana and now a graduate also of the University of Michigan with my PhD in computer science and engineering. I always had an interest in technology from since a young age. I would say my first interest in just computing in general was firstly in the form of IT back in high school. So, for CSEC, we write information technology as a subject. At that time, I'd gotten my first introduction into programming with a language called Pascal. And at the same time, at the time I graduated, I also returned to my high school, Giselle Educational Institute, as an information technology teacher. And so once that got it rolling, I then enrolled at the University of Guyana to do my bachelor's in computer science. How best can we handle that interaction between human and the AI system? How do we integrate it into teams? How do we integrate it into processes within work? And what are the challenges that come out there, both from the technical standpoint and from a social standpoint? I would say, firstly, on that topic of fear, it's okay to, I think it's okay to scrutinize, definitely, be cautious, think very clearly about, just don't accept technology straight up, do your own reading, try to get your own form of understanding. What I'll say is that there's not, at least at this moment, any reason for us to ultimately fear or be scared of this. This is just another leap in the advancement of technology and innovation. When calculators were first invented, people were scared in a sense, right? They wanted to banish that. Then the internet age came about and people were hesitant about that coming on, right? So it's okay to have skepticism and think very deeply about how this thing can be integrated into society. But I would tell people, just look at AI as another tool to make human life more efficient. Truly, if we make the right investment and apply the right care, AI can have a huge impact on Guyana's development, because we recently, in just the field of artificial intelligence, have made that next seismic leap. I know you've heard about things like ChatGPT, right, and these language models that can do, fairly interesting things with them. And the real good thing about AI's field now is that it's finally been proven now that that it works. It works to a good extent. It can be controlled. It can be monitored. And if with Guyana in the cusp of seismic development that it is now, right, we can be one of the leaders in the Caribbean instead of taking that first approach towards this new technology and saying, okay, how can we actually take this and leverage it and use it to benefit our citizens, benefit all of the Guyanese people, and just make society more enjoyable for everyone, right? So AI can be integrated into several different areas. AI is advancing healthcare, it's advancing finance, all these different areas that Guyana has been kind of behind in. We can now take this new seismic leap and actually integrate this and be the leaders in that next level of innovation. I believe in a few months we'll be introducing the first AI master's program at the University of Guyana. I would have been responsible for creating a few of those courses as well, and will potentially be one of the instructors for several of those courses. So I have a keen interest in, with the knowledge that I've acquired over the years of doing my PhD, actually coming back and being able to teach these new advancements to the younger generation coming up, as well as potentially starting up a research lab right here in Guyana. AI is, I would argue, kind of at this current moment, the hottest topic in computer science right now, given that we've had such rapid advancements within the past 4 years. So you're bringing something that's fresh, new, right, to the young, bright minds here in Guyana, and they have an opportunity to learn something and be able to, take it, learn it, and build their own products if they want to, go on and do cutting-edge research if they want to. So it already just helps in terms of upskilling our younger generation, and then being able to influence a new entrepreneurship drive in individuals. AI is on a rapid pace, and a lot of a lot of companies themselves who might have been tech companies before now rebranded themselves as AI companies, and we can do the same here, right? So with the skills that they learn throughout the program, even if they're just interested in, going off and learning something to start their own company or learning something to get interested in research, we've structured the program to provide different tracks for both of those individuals. And so depending on what your particular interest is, you should be able to come in, learn some of the cutting edge stuff out there in the world, and then be able to hopefully come back and, impact Guyana directly. One of the things that I'm particularly just interested in seeing from Guyana in general is more of a focus, less of a focus on oil and gas, and more on a focus on sustainable growth, right? Technology, compared to, I think, a lot of the fields out there, has this power to be an enabler for true sustainable growth, both from an economic standpoint and both from a social standpoint. And what I want to encourage all of the, young people coming up now is to, even if your interest isn't particularly just tech, right? Even if it's finance, even if it's the medical field, if it's law, right? What you can do is you can also get these skills inside of the technology sector to be able to augment those fields, right? The next greatest innovations truly come from interdisciplinary work. And so even if you don't want to necessarily be a computer scientist or be a programmer or be a code, still understand these concepts, still embrace technology, and with the right mindset, you'll be able to transcend.